Alright, boys and girls, for today's video, I'll be talking about why lifting heavy weights doesn't matter, okay? So I get a lot of questions on how to bodybuild, how to build muscle. Bodybuilding is all about building muscle, right? And developing, the lines, the shape and stuff like that. But essentially bodybuilding is building muscle, right? So in order to build muscle, yes, you need progressive overload. And that could come in a lot of forms, people, right? For one, lifting heavy does progressive overload the muscles. It does cause a lot of stimulus when you are lifting very heavy. But the problem is when you lift heavy, people, you may not be training that particular muscle to its fullest. So, for example, let's say we're training our biceps, right? Look at that bicep. Double tap the like button, or tap the like button if you like my biceps. Anyways, so if you're lifting very heavy with your biceps, right? A barbell, dumbbell, whatever the case might be, right? If you're lifting super heavy, right? This is contract and this is let go. Contract and let go. The point of bodybuilding, or to build muscle, you have to cause damage. And the most amount of damage is done by the lengthening phase, right? So if you're not properly contracting, right? You want to have, when you contract, a lot of blood flow is rushing to that particular muscle that you're training. And when you extend, micro tears are happening due to the heavy weight or the amount of repetitions you are doing and so forth, right? And I'll be explaining that in a minute. But basically, if you are lifting heavy, right, super heavy, other muscles will compensate in order to lift that heavy object up. So when you go about a heavy ass dumbbell curl, your shoulders might actually come into play because your shoulders tie into your bicep and so forth. So when you curl, this is a regular bicep curl, but when you lift very heavy, you can't do this because your bicep can't handle all that tension. So your shoulders will actually bring your arm up because your bicep is connected to your shoulder. Therefore, your arm and your shoulder might go upwards, right? And from that point on, you aren't properly training that particular muscle that you are training. So if you're wanting to maximize the damage and the workout to that particular muscle that you are training, you must focus on mind to muscle connection, proper form and technique, and you're able to do it properly. Okay, people. If other muscles have to come into play, you aren't maximizing your efforts of bodybuilding. You aren't. And a lot of people will say that you are using your ego to lift. A lot of people do use their ego in order to lift, heavy weights, to look cool, to look good, to show off, their strength or whatever. But if your whole purpose is to build muscle, not to look good, focus on the mind to muscle connection first before you start lifting heavy. Because once you've mastered the mind to muscle connection, it's going to be much easier to progress in bodybuilding and strength building because you are doing it efficiently. Okay, it is more effective that way, right? You're not using your ego, proper form and technique, and that causes much more damage. It causes more stimulation to the muscle, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Using your ego does have its place. Lifting heavy does have its place. Cheat reps, half reps, whatever you want to call it, they do have its place. But at the end of the day, people, if you're serious about building muscle and wanting some nice aesthetic lines, you guys must focus on mind-to-muscle connection. And that's why lifting heavy ass weights don't matter. Is because if you look at anyone, go talk to a professional bodybuilder. They will tell you lifting heavy ass weights don't matter. Yeah, it will make you more of a beast, probably manlier if you want to say that. But it's not going to make you more manlier. It's not going to build more muscle. Now, some people are different. Some people respond better to heavy lifting versus light lifting. I'm not saying you should go lift, light weights for 1,000 reps. No, people. I'm talking about focusing on the mind to muscle connection. Just don't go lift very heavy to the point where other muscles are coming into play in order to help that muscle out. You know what I'm saying? Proper form and technique is all you need in order to build muscle. You could legit use 5 fucking pounds of a dumbbell And you could use that 5 pounds to train any muscle group and build a whole lot of strength and muscle. Now, of course, you will plateau, but that's when you add more resistance or go about heavier weights or more reps to cause more damage, to cause more stimulation to the muscle. And that's how you grow, right? That's how you grow, people. So lifting heavy ass weights does not matter. It does not matter. What matters is, are you training that particular muscle to its fullest? Okay, people? If you aren't feeling the burn, if you ain't feeling the pain no gain, right? Then you ain't doing it right, okay? When you're properly training the muscle, you will feel a huge, crazy pump. Skin tearing pump. And once you hit that point in your workout, you know damn well you did a good job for today's workout. So if this video helped you out, people, please give me a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave me a comment down below. Please share this video. I want to help others out there because I know they have the same questions in mind. And especially for beginners and newbies, they must know this. Subscribe.